Big SEC guys are back. We're coming at you today with a quarterback rankings video. We're going to talk top 5 quarterbacks in the SEC, a couple of honorable mentions, who we're looking forward to watching. Joe, I'm excited for this one. The SEC, this might be one of the strongest quarterback years the SEC's had in a long time.
We've got some real good handoff guys in the league this year.
We've got some real good handoff guys, run the football. We've got some guys, and we've got some young guys too. So I'm excited about the quarterback play in the SEC. I'd have to
Yeah,
really think back, but is this one of the best years ever for quarterbacks in the SEC?
I wouldn't say that.
Is it total recency bias
I
by me?
I would I wouldn't say it's one of the best years ever, but I do think we've got a lot of very capable guys this year. There's not a lot of especially on your better teams, there's not just a lot of glaring weakness at the quarterback position.
And we'll get into this, but, we have 3 guys that could be the number 1 pick in the conference in the NFL draft.
At quarterback?
Sellers, Nussmeier, Arch Manning. Isn't there a
Maybe.
world where all 3 of those guys could go number 1?
You I don't know, man. Maybe. I'd pump the brakes just a
Have
little
I
bit.
lost it? Have I lost
Yeah,
it,
I don't
Joe?
know. I mean, quarterbacks are highly valued, and I guess one's probably gonna go number 1, but I would reel it in. We do have I will say this, the league is deep at quarterback this year. I didn't realize how deep it was till I tried to whittle it down to 5, and it was
Very
difficult.
deep.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
very deep. Now, that's not necessarily to say that they're all fantastic, but we have a deep league with good college quarterbacks.
I think we have 7 very good college quarterbacks in the SEC. That's half the
And
league.
who knows, I'll be interested to hear your list because 2 of the conference title contenders, have first-year guys that we literally had know nothing about, that have played
Yeah,
very little football. So,
excellent point.
and who knows if one of them is gonna take a step and come out of nowhere and put up numbers and lead their team.
Yeah, I
One
mean,
can only
you could argue Georgia's the best team in the conference preseason. You can make that argument, and I have no idea what to expect
no,
out of Gunnar Stockton outside of the
other
name.
than he's
Love
gonna
the
play
name.
hard. I mean,
Love the name.
only thing you know is he's
Football
gonna
guy.
only thing you know about that kid is 100% he's gonna give 100% effort.
I think he's from Rabun too, right outside of Highlands, North Carolina. Fun fact.
Yep,
Rabun guy, love that. Yeah, he's a football guy. He's gonna he's gonna try to get the extra yards. We saw that when he got hurt.
yep.
I like it. He's not on my list. Sorry, Georgia fans. Spoiler, he's not gonna make
Not
my
not
list,
he
but
he didn't make mine either. Maybe he'll make us rue the day, but
maybe we'll eat our words. All right, Joe, big SEC guys, our first bet of the year, pie to the face. I get SEC quarterback goes number 1 overall in the NFL draft. You pie to the face. Anybody else, me pie to the face. Do we have a bet?
yeah, I don't think we're gonna have the number 1 overall pick as a SEC quarterback. Maybe,
Love
but I
it.
don't think
You got the field. I got the
I'll
SEC,
take I'll take the
specifically
field.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'll take the field on that. I'll take the field on that, and I will buy you the sandwich of your choice from Rocky's Deli.
Great shout out. Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
That's the bet. That's our new bet, not pie to the face. Rocky's Deli bet, folks.
Rocky's Deli.
Rocky's Deli, Savannah, Georgia Sandfly. Once again, not sponsored, not a paid sponsorship, just a sandwich shop we love.
Just a plug because we enjoy eating there.
Well-deserved plug for being the best deli in Savannah. SEC quarterback number 1, I get a large veto. Anybody else, you're getting a large veto. That's a good bet.
Sounds good to me.
Love it. All right, let's dive into rankings. You wanna start at 5 or you wanna start at 1? How do you wanna do this?
I'm always starting these things off. You start, you go, let's go 5 to 1.
All right, I'm gonna start with an honorable mention before we go to 5. Is that okay? So I'm gonna give you 6 guys.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, my honorable mention, we'll call it 6, and I'm very excited for this guy. That's Austin Simmons at Ole Miss. Lefty, which I think looks super cool. I'm sure you know with Tua, looks really cool. Big lefty, dual sport athlete, plays baseball at Ole Miss, baseball and football. He's a pitcher. Could have gone to the MLB, but chose to do the dual sport thing in college. He enrolled at Ole Miss at just 17 years old, and he's already graduated going into his 3rd year, so he's smart, he's already graduated, he's in one of the master's programs, I think, so he can keep going, and it's hard to say number 6 because this guy, for the folks that are big SEC guys like us and have watched the games think, "Well, Daniel, the issue with putting him at 6 is he hasn't played," and my response to that is, he played 1 drive, and it was absolutely brilliant against the University of Georgia. Led a touchdown drive against Georgia, so we have an extremely small sample size that I absolutely loved. Um, I don't know what we're gonna get out of Austin Simmons, but I think this guy's ceiling is so high. So he's my honorable mention at 6, Austin Simmons, Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think you got him low. You'll hear about him later.
Is he on your list? Love it, love it.
Yeah.
Austin Simmons, come on the pod, we believe in you clearly.
I'm gonna take heat for where I've got him ranked, but I'm not gonna tell anybody yet.
Love it. Alright, who's your honorable mention? I'm pumped for that.
Sellers, LaNorris Sellers at South Carolina.
Are you joking?
Yep, that's where I got him.
You
I
think
got him.
LaNorris you think LaNorris Sellers is the 6th best you think he's number 6 in the SEC?
I think he's number 6 in the SEC, and I think a lot of it's gonna be because of the people he's got around him.
This is good content, have you absolutely lost it?
I I I'm telling you, I just think I think he's gonna struggle this year. I know you don't wanna hear that.
Struggle with what?
I think he's gonna struggle with his teammates. I think he's gonna get sacked a lot. I think he's gonna be put in very uncomfortable situations, which is gonna negatively affect his performance.
This is good content. Good to argue on the pod, that's good content. I wanted this episode to be 15 minutes, it might be an hour because I might talk for the next 45 minutes. This is the best O-line South Carolina's ever had, look at the star rankings, literally 4 and 5 stars on
How
the
many of the
offensive
guys are back
side,
from
very
last year?
deep.
How many of the guys are back from last year?
Both starting tackles,
Okay,
and
they were atrocious. They were
no, no,
atrocious.
no, the left tackle, true freshman, 5-star was good as a true
Why did he
freshman. The
get
right
sacked so many
tackle's not great.
Why did he get sacked so many times last year?
He would have gotten sacked a million times, but he broke a lot of tackles, so that's a
Exactly.
fair point.
Okay, exactly, exactly. So
He
you've
didn't
got the
get
same
sacked nearly
guys that
that
gave up a
much.
lot of sacks coming back.
Well, our 3 guys in the middle, I think, are gonna be good. That's neither here nor there. This is the best line we've had in years. Yeah, I get the receiver argument, but I think we might have 2 guys that are dogs at receiver. Nick Harbor, 6'5", 230, fastest player in college football, and then this guy, Mazeo Bennett, slot guy dog. And then our freshman receivers apparently are incredible. People are saying we might have the best freshman receiver class. I say we because I've graduated from South Carolina, if people haven't figured that out yet. We might have one of the best freshman receiver classes ever. Uh, Probably, might say one of the best in college football. I think our freshman receiver class is gonna be insane. People are gonna see that. I'm taking too much time. How dare you, sir? How how dare you?
I don't know what to tell you, my man. I don't know what
Alright,
to tell you. I think
I'm
he's gonna
going
be running around back there for his life for most of the season.
I've got LaNorris Sellers, lower on my list, so you're gonna hear about him later from my perspective.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Alright,
Alright,
I'm
number 5.
you go to 5. Let's hear it.
Alright. Pavia, Diego Pavia. And it came down between Sellers and Pavia being 5th, and Alabama beat one of them and lost to the other. So the guy we lost to, who basically willed them to victory, he got the 5th spot.
Diego Pavia. That guy's such a loser. Talking about how cool he is and how Vanderbilt's the team to beat because 'cause they're in
Now,
Nashville. Good luck with that.
he's stretching that too, but when I looked at but on a serious note, when I looked at both of them, they're both gonna be dealing with the same problems this year. They're better players on teams that are gonna let them down,
Yeah.
and, I had him in a coin flip, either one of them. I happen to like the just nastiness of Diego Pavia, so he got the 5th spot. Sellers, I think, is gonna be forced into trying to make too many things happen, and it's gonna negatively affect his stat line.
I am so upset with you, I can't describe it, as a friend and a podcast partner. Alright, let's keep it moving. My 5, I might get some heat for this. I wonder if this guy's even on your list. Guarantee you folks, you know the last name, Arch Manning. Um, I've got Arch at 5. Is Arch on your list, Joe?
Arch is on my list. Arch is on my list. I've got him at 4
Okay.
strictly because he's gonna put up a lot of numbers in that offense.
Oh, yeah.
Now, whether he can get the job done to win, enough games at Texas to be where Texas wants to be or not? I don't know the answer to that. When he came in relief, in that Georgia game, he looked like the moment was too big for him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
really did. When you saw the camera zoomed in on him once or twice, and those eyes were saucers, and, it
He
looked
kinda
like the
looks
moment
like
was too
he
big.
kinda looks like a fight or flight runner,
Yeah,
where he's like, "I gotta
yeah,
go. I gotta
yeah,
run."
yeah, very much so. However, he's playing for one of the best play callers and scheme designers in college football on the offensive side of the ball. So,
Best
he's gonna
best
put up
player
some good
and
numbers.
best play caller and one of the best surrounding casts. That's a good combo.
But at Texas, just like Quinn Ewers, he's gonna be judged on if he gets the job done,
Yeah, he's
and
gotta win. Gotta win the
I've
national
never seen a
championship.
quarterback who helped a rebuild as much as Quinn has, and they were ready to throw him away.
Oh
And
my
basically
gosh.
did throw him away. They ran him off to the NFL so that it could be Arch's turn. So Arch, ultimately he's going to be judged more so on his wins, losses, and the way he wins games versus what his stats, because his stats are going to be good. The
It's a
stats are
good
going to be
point.
good. Yeah.
He's gotta win. I love that
So
Steve
yeah,
Spurrier quote.
I've got him at 4. I've got him at
Did you
4.
see the Steve Spurrier quote? If Arch
What
if
was it? I
Arch
can't remember what it said, but the gist of it basically was that he
he
hadn't
said,
seen it,
"If
right?
if Arch Manning's so good, why is he
So
sitting
good.
behind a
That's yeah,
7th round pick?"
yeah,
Quinn
that's
Ewers,
right.
what a burn.
Yeah,
Spurrier, still got it. Yeah, I mean, I like Arch Manning. It's scary to think about it potentially like a dual threat Manning. I mean, Peyton and Eli were absolute statues, but Arch's a good athlete. He's big. He's
well,
like
Arch's
6'4",
dad was wide
220.
receiver. He was the
Yeah,
one that was the wide receiver and
his
was the
dad
best
was the good athlete, and Archie, his grandfather, was a good runner, so it's like you got that dual threat Manning, and it's gotta be such an advantage having your uncles be Peyton and Eli, like, having them sit down and watch film with you. Do you think that happens? I bet that happens.
How could it not? How could it
Yeah,
not?
how
I
could
mean,
it not?
especially it seems like the family is close too, so,
Very close, yeah.
so how could it not happen?
Shameless plug, I saw Peyton and Eli went to the Masters this year and saw both of them, and I was like, "Man, those guys are so cool." Both members, I think.
Yeah.
They had their green
Yeah, they're
jackets.
they're they're pretty cool guys. They're Super
Yeah.
Bowl winning quarterbacks,
Yeah.
first team All-Americans. Peyton shoulda won a Heisman. Yeah, they're pretty cool
Spoiler
guys. Been
spoiler
in
alert,
countless
the
commercials.
Super Bowl winning quarterbacks are cool. You heard it
Yeah,
here first. Big
pretty
SEC
cool
guys.
cats, man.
Pretty cool guys. Love it. Alright, I had Arch at, 5. You had him at 4, so I'll go to my 4. I could have had this guy lower. I went back and forth because I love this guy. John Mateer, Oklahoma. He was probably the number one guy in the transfer portal at
Mhm.
quarterback. He goes to Oklahoma. That's a big get. He's a true dual threat guy. He was at Washington State last year, and if anybody watched any Washington State, he was incredible. I mean, put up awesome numbers, total gamer, run and gun. He looks and kinda plays like Baker Mayfield. Remember Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma? He would just kinda, like, dance around and run or, like, sorta move around and bomb it. I mean, and if you actually they look kinda similar too in size. I think they're both, like, 6 foot 6'1". They're not super tall, but they're pretty stocky.
It's gonna be cool to see how his game translates into the conference.
Is he on your list?
No. But he
Nice.
was
Love
also an
that.
honorable mention. If we were gonna do dual honorable mentions, he was right
Okay.
in that group. Yeah.
Alright, give me your 3.
I have Simmons at 3.
Wow.
I think he's gonna put up I think by the time the season's over, I'll even go as far as to say by the time the season's over, he will be the number 1 guy going into next season.
So you think this is like Lane Kiffin prodigy type good?
I think this kid's gonna be very, very good football player. I think
Love it. What a hot take. Austin Simmons, Ole Miss quarterback 3.
he better not let me down. But no,
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, that again, it's very small sample size. It was 1 drive, but he just ripped them to pieces. I mean, he took the ball down the field and made a very good defense look very pedestrian.
So
And
you're
he's
yeah, that
obviously a smart kid, like you said,
yeah.
17 to now he graduated. I think
Super
he's,
athlete,
what is he,
smart
a
kid.
redshirt sophomore? Is he a redshirt sophomore? He will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
a
this is
redshirt sophomore.
3rd
So
3rd year.
technically, I guess he
Already
could go pro
graduated.
this year.
Yeah. Yeah, he could go.
I
Add
hope
him
so.
to the list of people that could be the number 1 pick. Man, I wasn't even on my My list was Arch, Sellers, and Nussmeier to get number 1. Alright.
I hope he does.
I
I
bet
hope he doesn't get pro. I hope he comes back for one more year.
yeah,
I think he's gonna be so good that we're gonna miss only getting 1 season out of him.
I wonder if he could be like a $5,000,000 NIL guy if he blows up this year. Just some crazy money guy.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
Worse places to be than Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin and a couple million in your pocket. Not a bad reason to stay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
my 3, and I absolutely love this guy. You can probably guess who it is. DJ Lagway. He
Mm.
was so epic down the stretch when they were beating LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State, Tulane, you name it. The dude's flat out exciting to watch. 6'3", 240, so like LaNorris Sellers, he's huge. But unlike LaNorris, he's a pure pocket passer. The dude does not run. It's absolutely hilarious. You watch Florida. My comp this people might hate this. My comp is Ben Roethlisberger. Remember Ben Roethlisberger would just, like, sit and pinball around the pocket and then launch it
I was gonna say
downfield?
Byron Leftwich all the way back at Marshall.
Great example. Like a
Yeah.
Byron Leftwich, you're watching him, he's just massive, and you're like, "Run, run, run," and then he throws it 60 yards down the field on a dime, and you're like, "I love this guy."
Yep.
I mean, that's what
Yep.
DJ Lagway would do, is incredible to watch. His
Gotta
average
stay healthy.
air his average air yards per attempt had to be, like, the most ever for an SEC true freshman. The dude is a gunslinger. Love him. Is he on your list? He's gotta be on your list.
He is on my list. He is my number 2.
Love it.
I'm expecting big things out of Florida this year. I think I've made that clear already when we were talking O-line, D-line. I think he's gonna benefit in the same way that Pavia and Sellers are gonna be hurt by their teammates. I think Lagway
Yeah, Florida's gonna be
is
good.
gonna get a benefit from that offensive line and his running game, and is gonna
Yeah.
have wide windows to throw the ball to, and he's got an absolute nuke for an arm. And,
That's Florida's gonna play power football this year. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Florida's gonna put people on their heels, and when you
Oh,
bring
yeah.
that extra safety into the box and are one-on-one,
Lagway's
he's
gonna
gonna
nuke
reach
it.
out and make you pay, and I mean, I think he's gonna stay his whole thing, like I said, I've got him at number 2, um,
Nice.
on my list. His whole thing is gonna revolve around, can he stay healthy? Because when he was not healthy last year,
Yeah, he got hurt
they
last
got
year.
blown out by Texas, and I think I still maintain, I think it's the 3rd podcast in a row I've said that I maintain that Florida beats Georgia if he doesn't get hurt. And, so, if he's healthy for a full season, things really look like they're shaping up for Florida to be a pretty decent football team this year. So,
100%. I mean, literally saved Billy Napier's job. Billy Napier, like, dude, what are you doing? Graham Mertz?
I you
Like,
know
you're watching Lagway in practice, and you're like, "Yeah, let's let Graham
That's what I
Mertz
was about
toss
to
it
say.
around."
That was what I
Absolutely
was about to
ridiculous.
say, though. Sometimes these guys are gamers. Sometimes they don't show it
100%.
enough in practice for you to feel
Oh, you're
confident.
saying so, like, he's fine in practice and then great in the game, Stephen Garcia,
Yeah, yeah,
basically.
sometimes you just don't sometimes in practice, the confidence just isn't there, and it just comes in a game, and the
But, like, how
momentum's
can you
there.
watch DJ Lagway every day and say, "Alright, Graham Mertz, go get him."
I mean,
Ridiculous.
I understand and I'm with you, but the only explanation is it's not like Billy Napier isn't a good football coach, The only explanation is that he was okay in practice.
Yeah.
And he probably made with that big arm, he probably made some throws that made you sit there and go, "Gee, I mean, that could lose us a football game."
Yeah.
And, but I know
That
Mertz
could
can't even
lose
throw it
or
that
win us a
far.
football game. Yeah.
Yeah, Mertz can't even throw it that far, so I don't have to worry about him even thinking he can try to throw that 25-yard out across the field, right? Like, so I don't know. That's the only reason I can think of because, once the guy
Him
got
and
his
Mertz
chance, it was over.
him and Mertz are, like, polar opposite. Mertz is just dinking and dunking 80% completion percentage.
Yeah, yeah.
Lagway's just bombing it.
Mhm,
Love it. Love
mhm.
it. Alright, so, I mean, my 2 is gonna be your 1. My 2 is Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. 4,000 plus yard passer. He is probably, if I had to put a percentage on it, he's probably the most likely player in the SEC to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft next year. Cannon arm, got some shiny new toys at wide receiver thanks to the old transfer portal. Yeah, probably a guaranteed top 10 pick in the draft next year. In my opinion, the best pure passer of the football in terms of arm talent, make every throw. He's probably the best pure passer guy. I I think he's incredible. Yeah, the haters are gonna say he's not clutch or he doesn't step up in the big moments, but I think he is. I think he's big time. Is he your one?
He's one for me,
Nice.
mostly because he's gonna put up a ton of numbers, but
He's gonna throw for
he's
so
gotta
many yards.
he's gotta take the next step because he threw for so many yards last year, right?
Yeah, he's
Uh,
4,000 plus last year.
yeah, he's I I guess I differ from you is I think we have a lot of good college quarterbacks. I don't think anybody on this list is a generational talent.
Really?
No, I don't. Well, and here's what I'm comparing it to. I don't think anybody on this list is a Bryce Young. I don't think anybody on this list is a Tua. I don't think anybody on this list is somebody who's gonna go to the NFL and start early. I don't think anybody's a Joe Burrow. I I just don't think we have any kinda generational talent at quarterback. But I do think that we have a deeper and much better top to bottom quarterback league than we've had in a long time. It's just I don't think I don't really have a whole lot of difference between I mean, I could just as easily have put any of these guys I could have ranked them up and down. I mean, I basically ranked them based off their teammates and what numbers I thought they were gonna put up. I think Nussmeier's gonna put up a ton of numbers. He's got the tools, like you said, physically, he can throw the ball.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
sharp, he's a coach's son, he's been around offensive football forever, he's got the acumen. I think his issue is that every time you get pressure on him, he creates catastrophic turnovers.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
That's the knock
every
on
game
him
they
is
lost last year was due pressure in his face, turning the ball over. And
South Carolina pressure
I
in
don't know
his
if he can
face
fix
through that
that.
pick six. Got bailed out by the refs.
Yeah,
Flopped.
I don't I mean, seriously, they should have lost that
Yeah,
game, and South
yeah.
Carolina would have been in playoff. No hard feelings.
He threw that pick six, and then flopped when our edge rusher blocked him. Soft.
So, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still got him at number 1. He's still gonna throw for 4,000 plus yards, probably
Yeah,
more, actually.
probably more.
Um, Probably more. I just how is he gonna respond in week 1 at Clemson with the defensive line that they have where they're gonna get pressure with 4?
Yeah, we're gonna know
They're
immediately.
they're going to get pressure with 4,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
is
Peter
he going to
Woods.
turn the ball over? Is he gonna turn the ball over twice? It doesn't matter if you throw for 350 yards and 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns. If you throw 2 interceptions at costly
Yeah.
times of the game.
If you throw
It
a
does
pick
or
six
if you
and
get
another
sacked and
interception.
fumble the football. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care about your numbers at that point. However, that being said, he is gonna put up monster numbers. He's got shiny new toys to play with on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I've got some of his receivers on our receiver list for the receiver episode. So I
Me
do
too.
think he's the best of our group, but I'm not sure that there is a surefire. You're much more confident in the draft rankings than
We
he's
are we are straight up feuding/arguing this episode. This is great.
yeah.
Great for the brand. I couldn't disagree more with your take on the SEC quarterbacks going into the draft. I think there's a possibility the SEC produces the first quarterback taken in the NFL draft the next 3 years. I think we're gonna go 3 for 3. I think we're going Nussmeier or Sellers this year. Probably like a Simmons or an Arch if he stays the next year. So that 2026, Nussmeier or Sellers, first quarterback. 2027, Simmons or Arch, first quarterback. 2028, no doubter, Lagway, first pick, first quarterback taken. I think we could go 3 drafts in a row, top quarterback SEC.
Maybe. Uh,
We'll see. We'll
just
let you
you
know in a year.
I don't have a crystal ball, so I'm not gonna
Love it.
argue with you about it. I just don't
Love
I
it. That's
just
a
can't
good
get it.
point. You can't really argue about this since it's totally future hypothetical. All
I
right,
mean,
for the sake
a
of
lot of
time,
these guys are redshirt sophomores, so what you might have is a huge exodus this year, and we get a lot of 4th and 5th round draft picks, which I think is much more likely than having 3 straight number 1 overall picks.
Yeah, I think the SEC's gone 3 straight years, top quarterback off the board. Let me get to my number 1, folks. You
Go ahead.
guessed it, LaNorris Sellers, aka LaHeisman, the best quarterback in the history of South Carolina football. He is here. He is going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. We mentioned that. Let me talk about him. 6'3", 240. Joe, South Carolina did their little pro combine thing the other day at practice. You want to guess his 40 time at 6'3",
I'm gonna guess
240?
something pretty low, 4.5. Yeah,
4.49. You nailed it.
that's moving.
4.49, electronically timed, no hand timing, so he's legit that fast. And then, his air ball, guess how far he threw the ball in the air? I didn't even know this was possible.
Mm. How far?
Give me a number.
70 yards.
You're pretty good at this. 77 yards. Doesn't that seem ridiculous?
Well, that's why I said it. I just picked what I thought was a ridiculous number.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know people could throw a football that far. So that one seems odd, but what I'm trying to say is, you've seen the videos from the Manning Passing Academy. This guy's probably got the best deep ball in the SEC. Just based off the data I saw, it seems like he has the biggest, most powerful arm in terms of how far he can throw it. This is, yeah, everybody's going to hate this. This is the closest thing we've ever had to Cam Newton. LaNorris Sellers. This is the closest we've gotten to Cam Newton. I'm not saying he is Cam Newton. I'm
Okay,
saying this is the closest we've been. I
okay.
can't think of anyone. There's no one I can think of since Cam Newton that I've said this guy could be Cam Newton. LaNorris Sellers could be Cam Newton. Unbelievable runner. He runs like he's 200 pounds, but he's 240. Stat. We've seen this stat. He had 19 broken tackles against Clemson last year. That was the second most in any game by any player. The person who had the most was Ashton Genty, who had 20 broken tackles, one more broken tackle. You know who that was against? John Mateer in Washington State. Not known for their defense last year, not known as a defensive football team. Clemson, on the other hand, top 10 defense in college football last year, top 10 defense in college football this year. 19 broken tackles.
How many of those broken tackles were in positive territory, or were they mostly all behind the line of scrimmage?
Mixture of both. So if you watch, yeah, go watch the highlights after this just so you can see. He actually went the last drive. He takes us down the field and he wins the game and he breaks like 3 or 4 tackles. It was 3rd and 18 from the 21, and he runs and scores a touchdown with like, 50 seconds left or whatever it was. And you're just watching him and you're thinking, this is by far the best football player on the field. And it should have been 2 playoff teams. I mean, us and Clemson, those are good teams. So I love LaNorris Sellers. LaNorris Sellers, if you're listening, please come on the podcast. I sent you a DM via Instagram, social media. Would love to have you on the pod. This is the most this is the most excited I've ever been for a offensive football player at South Carolina. I can't say football player because I was pretty excited about Clowney going into his sophomore year. I was like, this guy's going to be insane. That worked
Marcus
out.
Lattimore did. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I was excited about Marcus too.
he
That's a
was
good
so
one. But
good. He was so good.
I think, yeah, this could be that could be set up for disappointment. Like if we went and just Sellers throws 3 picks and we lose to Virginia Tech, I'll go in the dark room and just
I don't think
meditate for days.
I don't think you have to worry about that. Let me ask you
I don't.
this, so sellers for Heisman over here,
Yep,
what
and number 1
record
pick,
does South Carolina have for him to win the Heisman?
make the playoff. If we make the playoff, he's winning the Heisman.
What record does that have to be?
I would want to say 9-3, but 9-3 didn't do it for us last year, so it'd probably have to be 10-2.
It's not gonna do it for you this year. It's not gonna do I don't think it's gonna do it for anybody in the SEC.
So you think it's got to be 10-2? Yeah, if we go 10-2, it's because Sellers is winning the Heisman. There's the rest of
Who
the team's not
was the
good.
last quarterback to win the Heisman without winning 10 games?
Lamar Jackson, probably Louisville. His teams were terrible, and he won the Heisman
I
twice,
think they were
didn't he?
good though, weren't they? I thought that year he won it when he and Deshaun Watson dueled, right? When they dueled, what was it, 2017? Or no,
Or they,
it would have been 2016 when they were dueling.
yeah,
Uh,
let's look at Louisville football 2016. You might be right.
I think they were pretty good. I think they were like 10-2 that year. Maybe they were 9-2.
Maybe you're right. I just feel like I remember those teams weren't that great. He was just awesome. Yeah, they were 9-4 in
They were 9 and
2016.
4, lost a bowl game.
That's not
Okay.
great.
I thought we were gonna have to
Kinda
go back further.
remember.
I thought I
And then
remember
2017, they were 8-5.
oh, did he win it in 17 or did he win it in 16?
Once again, they're an ACC team, so I don't have the working knowledge off the top of my head. Did he not win it twice? Am I making that up?
I don't think he won it twice, did he? He must have won it in 17.
Wonder if he won it in let's look. Bear with us, chat. Oh, yeah, you're right. He won it in 16, so he
He
didn't
won it
win
in
it in
16.
17.
They were 9 and
Yeah,
4.
he won it
Still,
won it
it doesn't
won it in 16 as a true sophomore, and then he was 2nd in the voting in 17 as a junior.
who won in 17?
Baker Mayfield,
Was it
boo.
Mayfield? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's when
I
they
thought we
won
were
the
gonna have to
Oakland.
go back
Right?
farther than that. That's not that many years ago. I thought we were gonna have to go all the way back to Tebow before we got to somebody who won it
Yeah. I mean,
without
those Lamar Jackson, Louisville teams weren't great. Who else? But you're right, everybody else on this list teams well, I guess that
yeah,
Johnny
overall
Manziel
teams.
Texas
Yeah.
A&M team wasn't that great. Didn't they lose,
Who?
like, 4 or 5 games? That Johnny Manziel Texas A&M team?
I think they were 10 and 3.
Let's look.
I think because didn't he win it in 2012? I think they were 10 and 3. I think they won
Yeah,
their bowl. I think they were 9 and 3 and won the bowl game because they were
oh,
playing
yeah,
some. Yeah,
11-2. Don't
11
listen
and
to me.
2. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a good team,
Yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, they came into Tuscaloosa and beat us, and we had a really good team that year.
and he won the Heisman as a redshirt freshman, that's
They would
kinda
have been
crazy.
hell if we had this playoff format back then. They would have been hell in the playoff
Oh, man.
'cause they were
That
playing
would've been a
so good. If
tough
I remember
draw.
correctly, they beat the pants off of Oklahoma in the bowl game.
Yeah, and that was, like, Mike Evans was just 200 yards every game. Dog.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's give the listeners a reminder. I'll start with mine. We'll wrap up here. Honorable mention for me, Austin Simmons at 6, Arch Manning at 5, John Mateer at 4, DJ Lagway at 3, Garrett Nussmeier at 2, and LaHeisman LaNorris Sellers at 1. Give us yours, Joe.
Honorable mention, Sellers at 6, Pavia at 5, Manning at 4, Simmons at 3, Lagway at 2, and Nuss at 1.
Love it. So we had all the same people except you had, Pavia and I had Mateer,
Yeah.
4-5.
And
Interesting.
Mateer, I mean, I've got
Mateer was
that
probably your
group of
7.
Pavia, Sellers, and Mateer all pretty close. And then I've got Manning, and then I've got Simmons, Lagway, and Nuss all pretty close together. I'm
I'm not
really
gonna
high
let
on
you
Simmons.
rile me up anymore. You've already riled me up enough this episode. I'm not gonna let it continue with your Sellers, Pavia tier break. Ugh. All right, folks, that's quarterback rankings. Big SEC guys. We've got some great content coming out the next few weeks. We're gonna do the rest of the position groups. We're gonna do some more drafts. Then we're doing team previews, every team. So look forward to that. Big SEC guys are out.